Ever been in that maddening situation where the woman you're interested in, or even dating, suddenly starts giving you the cold shoulder? Your messages go unanswered, your calls go to voicemail, and face to face, she seems distant and uninterested. This has left many men puzzled, frustrated, and questioning their self-worth. But what if I told you that there's a way to not just survive such a scenario, but actually turn it around in your favor? In today's video, we're about to dive headfirst into this dilemma, dissecting the reasons behind such behavior, and most importantly, strategizing a response that won't just salvage your self-esteem, but potentially make her rethink her approach. Understand why she's ignoring you. Imagine you're on a detective's mission, right in the middle of a gripping mystery novel. Your task: understand why she's ignoring you. The catch? There's no one-size-fits-all answer. Instead, you've got a handful of plausible reasons, each as likely as the next. You see, unraveling the motivation behind her silence is like putting together a jigsaw puzzle where every piece is an aspect of her personality, her experiences, and your interactions. To kick off this investigation, let's explore one common scenario. She's playing hard to get. This old dating tactic is still prevalent today. It's a test of your perseverance to see if you're interested enough to pursue her despite the obstacles. The silent treatment could simply be her strategy to gauge your interest and commitment level. Next on our suspect list, emotional hurt. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but could you have unknowingly hurt her feelings? Maybe a casual remark you made was more cutting than you intended, or perhaps an action was misconstrued. Understanding this requires a trip down memory lane, revisiting your past interactions with a fresh set of eyes. Then there's a less pleasant possibility, but one we must consider nonetheless. She might just not be that into you. It's harsh, I know, but it's also a part of life. Not everyone we fancy will fancy us back, and that's okay. It doesn't diminish your worth in any way. The last piece of this enigmatic puzzle could be that she's dealing with personal issues unrelated to you. Everyone has their own battles to fight, and sometimes people retreat into themselves when they're grappling with something. Part 2. Reflect on your actions. Now that we've ventured into the possible reasons for her behavior, it's time to turn the lens inward. This isn't a journey of self-deprecation, but of self-awareness, a crucial element in handling the situation without damaging your ego. Ever watched a movie where the protagonist undergoes a memory montage? Well, it's time for you to star in your own. Roll back the film reel of your interactions with her. Scrutinize your conversations, your actions, even your body language. Did you interrupt her while she was speaking? Did a playful tease cross the line? Or maybe you neglected to show interest in her passions and stories. Remember, reflection isn't about punishing yourself for every small mistake, but about understanding how your actions may have contributed to the current predicament. Often, we might hurt someone without realizing it, especially when we're comfortable or when our jokes or comments are laced with unconscious bias. The purpose here isn't to blame yourself, but to grow from these experiences. Just as a diamond only forms under pressure, our greatest growth often happens when we are willing to honestly assess our actions and behaviors. This is an opportunity to become a better communicator, listener, and friend. Now, if you're thinking, but I didn't do anything wrong, that's entirely possible too. Sometimes, we're so lost in the haze of attraction that we misread signs and overestimate the depth of connection. In such a case, reflecting on your actions can help you gain a more accurate understanding of your relationship with her. The Power of Indifference. Welcome to the third phase of our journey, the Power of Indifference. It might sound counterintuitive, like a Zen riddle. How can indifference have power? However, there's a method to this madness, so stick with me as we unravel it. Indifference, in this context, isn't about apathy or neglect. It's about showing that your life can go on in full swing, even in her absence. It's about demonstrating that you aren't defined by her attention, or lack thereof, but by your own sense of self. In essence, you're making a statement. Your ignorance doesn't affect my self-worth. Consider this scenario. You're a movie star, and she's a critic. She might have given you a bad review, but does that stop you from delivering a stellar performance? No, because the stage is yours, and you command it with your presence, not hers. Engage with your passions, immerse yourself in your work, and surround yourself with positivity. Show her that you're an entity unto yourself, complete and thriving. The sun doesn't cease to shine just because someone closes their blinds, does it? Your value, like the sun, is independent, unwavering, and constant. Now, why is this powerful? Because it subtly communicates to her that her ignoring you doesn't affect your happiness or self-esteem. It shows her that you're in control of your own life, and her actions have little impact on your overall well-being. This approach is incredibly empowering and ego-boosting. It reinforces to you, and everyone else, that you're a self-sufficient individual who doesn't need someone else's validation to feel worthy. It might even cause her to reconsider her actions, because, let's face it, who doesn't appreciate a strong, independent individual? Improve yourself. As we navigate our journey, we've started to understand her perspective, analyzed our actions, and adopted an air of healthy indifference. Now we're heading into one of the most exciting phases of this adventure, self-improvement. This isn't about changing who you are at your core, but rather, it's about polishing the diamond that you already are. Picture yourself as the hero of your own life movie. You've hit a plot twist, where the lady of your dreams appears to be ignoring you. It's a setback, sure, but every great story has them. The hero doesn't retreat or surrender, right? Instead, he seizes this as an opportunity to rise above, to grow and evolve. Take this as your cue to become the best version of yourself. Explore new interests or hobbies, hit the gym, learn a new language, or delve deeper into your career. This pursuit of self-improvement serves a dual purpose. Not only does it keep your mind off the present situation, but it also contributes to your personal growth. But why is self-improvement an ego booster? Because there's nothing more satisfying than achieving personal goals. Every step you take towards bettering yourself adds to your self-esteem, to your sense of accomplishment. It makes you more intriguing, more attractive, more worthy, not in her eyes, but in your own. And that's the audience that truly matters. And who knows, your zest for life and personal growth might catch her attention. People are naturally drawn to those who are self-driven and passionate. So by focusing on your improvement, you might pique her interest again. Communicate effectively. As we wrap up our journey, we arrive at the final destination. Communication. We've understood her, reflected on ourselves, leveraged the power of indifference, and embarked on the path of self-improvement. Now, it's time to address the elephant in the room. Communication, in this context, is the ultimate tool in our arsenal for handling a situation where a woman is ignoring us. Imagine yourself as a diplomat, carefully navigating a tense international situation. It's not about showing power or domination, but about conveying your point of view in a manner that is respectful and assertive. If you've given her space, and she continues to keep her distance, it might be time to initiate a conversation. Be prepared though, this isn't going to be your regular chit-chat. It's going to be a mature, honest, and probably uncomfortable dialogue. But remember, diamonds are formed under pressure. Start by expressing your feelings and observations about her behavior without coming across as accusatory. Use I statements like, "I have noticed that," or "I feel that," to share your observations and emotions. Next, give her a chance to share her side of the story. Maybe she's oblivious to her behavior, or perhaps there's something else going on that you're not aware of. Remember, this is a dialogue, not a monologue. It's a two-way street. Remember to be respectful throughout this conversation. If it turns out that there's a misunderstanding, then you can work on it together. If she's genuinely not interested, respect her decision. It's not a reflection on your worth or your capabilities. This conversation can seem daunting, but it's also cathartic. It allows closure and clarity, and most importantly, it shows that you respect yourself enough to seek answers. It doesn't shatter your ego. It strengthens it because it showcases your emotional intelligence and maturity. And there you have it. That's how you handle a situation where a woman is ignoring you. while not just preserving, but boosting your ego. Trust me, once you master these strategies, you'll find yourself navigating these choppy waters with an ease you didn't think possible. Remember, it's not about creating conflict, but about creating respect and understanding. Before we wrap up, if you found this video helpful and want more insights into improving your personal and social life, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We got a ton of content lined up just for you. Keep learning, keep improving, and until next time, remember, your worth is not defined by anyone else but you.